Okay, what's going on guys, welcome back to my channel. So the 4231, I've brought you a setup that could perfectly fit the situation of the current player, especially the FUTTIES player, with the play style, with the pace and everything. So we're gonna go through the build of style. I'll put this on counter, and the defensive approach is on balance. The reason I'm putting this build of style on counter because the 4231, it's naturally a formation that doesn't really, the players, they don't really make the runs. Main reason being, you don't necessarily have, you don't have any left mid, right mid, or left winger, right winger in order to make the run in these areas. Okay, so I want to go this way. There is no inside forward or wingers in this formation. You do have two cam, as opposed to the way it was. It's always been since in, like, let's just say FIFA 23 and FC 24, where you naturally just when using 4231, your two cam, you could have used them on basically with like left mid, right mid, your lamb and ram. They could perfectly play as left mid, right mid. But in this, this FC IQ this year, when you're using 4231, you can't, they're not necessarily going down the wing, making the run but it wasn't like this before. If you want to use that, you want to use the other formation in FC, the other variation of 4231, you have this 4231 wide. But why I prefer 4231 narrow variation, because of you have this, okay, you have these two cam, put these two on shadow strike. The way they actually I want to say make the run in these areas, these little areas, and the movement in these areas, mostly in these areas, right? The way they maneuver in those areas, it's just gonna be so difficult for your opponent to defend against that, okay? But they don't make the run down the wing. You don't necessarily see them going like here, where you want to attack. They're mostly going to be in these areas, okay? But if you have the right timing of triggering them manually and you put these two on shadow striker, it's just going to be so hard. It's like two players here, you have your striker and then your cam at the same time, four players literally at the same time. You have many options. You just have to be wise enough to choose, which play to pick for the passive, for those through balls, okay? So 4231, in terms of the force, in terms of attacking, it's so hard to defend against, okay? Especially at this time of the year where everything is fast, you play against very strict, great defenders. It's so hard to break them. Having this formation can give you a little bit edge in terms of breaking a defense line, and putting this on counter helps you break the defense, making those lines. It's just going to be much, I would say, more aggressive in terms of how your opponent is going to handle your attacker, okay? You want to put this on, forget about short passing. This year it was like an off and on type of situation. Sometimes in some situation, like in 4231, in 41212, it was good for a while, but I don't really recommend it overall. Balance is good. It's a little bit too slow on this formation. Balance, like, let's just say 4213. In that formation, they naturally make the run, okay? Not necessarily in this formation. Balance keeps it down. If 4231, yeah, use balance on that one. But in this one, I recommend counter is good. Defensive approach, I put this on balance just because it's a starting point. You don't want to go too high. Yeah, you can start on 70, but in against some opponents, this may not work, okay? So I would say let's start with 50, go all the way to 70 if needed, maybe even higher, but I don't recommend going anything lower unless you want to go super defensive, okay? 50 is okay, trust me. For the player rows, again, we have to lamb and ram, your two cam, on shadow striker, and your middle cam on playmaker roaming. The reason I say roaming, because when you play with this formation, you are going to notice a lot of gaps between your, let's just say this is going to be with ball, a lot of gaps in these like areas, okay? Let's just say, okay, in these areas you can see a lot of gaps in here. You want a player that could cover the space wisely and actually have the ability to pass the ball to either this player or your striker, or maybe even take the shot. but you want to use a player that could actually do a better job, a good job in terms of kind of like playing, kind of like do a bit of both classic 10 and shadow striker at the same time. Okay, putting this on roaming is so good, and the link up between your cam and your CDM. Remember, you have two CDM. The gap between your cam and the CDM it's just gonna be a little bit high. You want to close the gap. If you put some playmaker roaming, he's going to ask for the ball, but at the same time he's just going to be so close to your striker that will actually be right behind the penalty area. So pass to your left cam, right cam, or maybe even take the shot. Okay, so this is gonna be probably your key player in this formation. If you want to put this on playmaker roaming, you can put this on balance, but putting this on roaming is going to be the kind of gives you the little bit edge over your opponent's defender. It's going to be like unexpected situation. You want to find this player here, and some situation you will find this player here, maybe even he makes a run sometimes if you trigger them manually wisely. So in terms of predictability from your opponents, this player is going to play a key role in terms of, okay, where is it going to be? I'm not sure. You know, it confuses your opponents, and it's going to be so key. So make sure you use a player. I mean, I have Alvarez, does a pretty good job. There are other options. I mean, players like Isco, or overall like players that have you know, incisive pass plus or maybe ping pass plus could be good. But because I use 2 striker, my default formation is 4-4-2. I want to switch up the formation throughout the match. I want a player who plays both as cam and a striker. So I have Alvarez. If player like Isco also play as a striker, yeah, I definitely would have used that because of the incisive pass plus or maybe even ping pass plus. But Alvarez does a pretty good job for me. So this one, I'm playmaker roaming, my left cam and right cam. So you guys, shadow striker, you want this player to be close to your striker and close to your cam, so the link up, so they make the run, your cam passes the ball, and maybe even they cut inside, go for a Trivela, maybe Trivela or finesse shot, or maybe even low driven shot, whichever one that works best for you. I'm putting this striker on poacher, guys. You're a striker, you want your striker to be only in the area. You don't want him to get out of penalty area. Not in this. This has to be the threat in your opponent's penalty area. Advance forward, yes, I know, but advance forward comes, you would find your advance forward here, even here, maybe even a little bit further behind the penalty area. You don't want that. You want this player to be the danger. You want this player to be aggressive and always sticks to your opponent's defender and makes it run whenever there was a chance. Okay, so poachers, again, maybe I would say another key player in this formation could be your striker. Okay, you want to use a player who's most physical. I mean, players at the moment, they're all, I would say, good. Even if you use Peter Cech, like there was a free card, Peter Cech, gloves to goals, something icon. Even if you use that, he could do still pretty good job because the stats is just so high. But I'm using Doku here, solid player with both incisive pass and finesse shot. Sorry, I said incisive, but both low driven shot plus and finesse shot plus. Physically good, nice dribbling, great dribbling, everything is good. You could use this Clavert, this FUTTIES icon, look, do a pretty good job. Whichever one that works for you, but I recommend using someone that has low driven shot plus, even if not plus, at least base low driven shot. Unfortunately, the Cliver card is a great card, but doesn't have at least a base low driven shot. Hividoku has both low driven shot plus and finesse shot plus, so it does a pretty good job. It's really, I would say, mad card. This is so you want us to be in the penalty area, and if there's a chance, trigger them manually. Although if you put this on poacher, the AI helps to really quite well in terms of making the run, puts himself in one-on-one situation in a great way, and it's just overall really good. So this is your attack. Okay, so the left cam and right cam on shadow striker, close to the striker, making the run inside the penalty area, and right behind the penalty area, they tend to make some decent smart moves that could actually help you going for the gain, Trivela or finesse shot or even low driven shot, whichever one works the best. And your cam is going to be a key player. It controls the behind the penalty area, actually distributes the ball either to your lamb and ram or your striker. Your two CDM we have on deep line playmaker and build up. I think it's pretty straightforward, right? You can use holding. Maybe you could use deep line playmaker, defend. Maybe even deep line playmaker roaming is okay, but that's too much. Okay, you wanted to, if you put them on deep line playmaker, build up. These players will cover the area. Both of these two, they cover these area perfectly. I mean, they do a pretty good job in terms of, especially if they also have plus in the position. They do a really good job. They even make the run if they see it possible. Like if there was a situation, the AI helps you with the attack. If you put these two on the playmaker build up, putting these two on holding is okay, but that's too defensive. Deep playmaker on and build up, it is just overall better. If you feel that was too much, if you finding your CDM making the run, you will like, okay, why is my CDM here? You can certainly go and change it, put this on holding. But I don't recommend anything other than deep playmaker or holding. But for the start, say deep playmaker and build up, they did a pretty good job in this. The left back, right back, like I would say all the other formation that I have on my channel, and I would say most of the other players too. Fullback defense, guys. Fullback defense. I said in all of my custom tactics video, you want to worry about these passes, right? These areas between your center back and right back, the through balls, especially now with the players having rapid plus, quick plus 99 pace, they're gonna be so hard to defend against. So when you close the gap from the middle, from the wing, it's easier. If someone comes from the wing, it's naturally easier for you to defend because they're going to stop. Okay, they want to cut inside. They can't just take the shot from here. Okay, it's too. I would say almost impossible to take the shot from here. They're gonna go outside, then go for a finesse or something, right? If they go outside, you have more chance to actually defend, to recover from that. Then you could certainly catch up if you have 95 plus right back or left back. But if someone, like if your opponent makes a ball, like gives a perfect through ball from here, okay, and you miss it, it's a guaranteed goal, I would say. But if you miss someone making it from here, you can certainly catch up with this player, maybe even a center back. There's more way to it makes more sense. That's much easier. But with this, bam, it's just gonna be solid. So you want to worry about these passes between your center backs and your line and your fullbacks. Two center backs on defender defense. Although I've tried ball playing defender, it was okay. I actually liked it, but I would say I would want to put this one maybe in the future. I planning on having a custom tactics, like an aggressive custom tactic, maybe like a 4-2-1-3 aggressive version, maybe like a 4-4-2 aggressive version, maybe even this 4-2-1-4-2-3-1 aggressive version of that one, because they leave the massive gaps between it. Because that player is going to be so aggressive. I mean, it's even higher if you put this on stopper. But ball playing defender, it works well. But for now, overall and everything, defender defense all throughout the whole year, it was the best. And the goalkeeper, I recommend super keeper. I've always been like, okay, whichever one works best for you. But now super keeper, because of the players, most of them have you play against, they have incisive pass plus, they have ping pass, they have making the run really well, they have plus in every situation, and you want to have your goalkeeper to, whenever there's a chance, the player gets out of the goal and comes clear to it. Trust me, there were many times my opponents made the perfect through balls and my defender couldn't defend it, and my goalkeeper came on and cleared the ball. So I would say super keeper is better. Make sure you're using I would say any goalkeeper that you're using at the moment. It works for even the team of the year Casillas guy came like 5-6 months ago, team of the year, the SBC. Even that's still, I was playing against Casillas and he was making mad save, although he only had like 2 play sub pluses. It still works best. But I have Addison here, it works well. But make sure you have super keeper plus in that position. Yeah, that was a player role. So everything we just said, this is a below side to you guys. I'm gonna put the code in the description. You can certainly copy that one out. Now let's go to see some gameplay, how to actually execute all of the things that I just said into the gameplay in the division rival. So guys, this is the live match I'm playing with here. So you guys how it actually works. So the start of the game, you can see the positioning of my players, and I have my right back. You see my my right cam. I have Luis Figo in that position. But it's that's really good. 2 CDM, 2 center backs, and this is my left back. So you see, this is my CDM. They tend to have a little more freedom with them deep playmaker and build up. And you see, this is my other CDM. They tend to be a little more aggressive in terms of attacking. Look at the positioning of my cat. Look at Alvarez. He was there and he came down here looking for the best space to free the spaces and ask for the ball. So here, look at my center, look at my striker and my 2 cam. They're close to each other. If I trigger anyone manually, they actually have a chance to go for it. So you could see on the pass to my CDM, I have options. You can see it. Okay, it's a foul. I have many options. You could have just passed from my right cam, just striker and everything. I'm just gonna take the free kick here. Okay, look at Barnes. Take it. Just I think it's gonna be a goal. Just gonna take it. Oh, should be decent one. So they will get defense with this. See, I'm keep my distance. Always keep my distance. Okay, went out. So okay. So the build up right from there. Look for my CDM to my either striker or cam. I have my striker. So you can see my cam. The other cam shouldn't do this with my striker though. Okay, got the ball back again. The position of the other player, you have to cam your striker Doku inside the penalty area, and you just have lots of odds. It's just a little bit hard to explain and play at the same time. I try to do my best. Okay, so corner, I tend to take my corners, not necessarily cross it, just take it short. Okay, that was just my mistake. Okay, try to track him back, keep my distance with my right back. See, I'm going forward. Have my other striker shot, go for that easy. Okay, let's do that once again. CDM to become a 4, be aggressive with my CDM. They come back immediately. They do a pretty good job in that. So I have Valverde, the incisive pass, the incisive pass, the importance of incisive pass inside the penalty area. Okay, should have done it, but having low during shot plus is key, man. Okay, the ball again. Look at Alvarez, covers everywhere perfectly well. Have my left cam, see, always around the penalty, making the run exactly what I told you guys. They're making the run from that way. If you trigger the madness, yeah. I'll take the shot, pass, whatever you do here. It comes down to the way you play and your level of skill, honestly. Okay, so I have 2 CDC. They're behind the penalty area. Make the right thing. Cam, good shot. Okay. See, so far I could have scored like 2 goals, man. But okay, should have done better. Let's just make it short now. Lost the ball. Could have done better. Once again, Alvarez has the ball. So, stop and pass. I have a lot of options. You can see, pass to my Lamb. Now I take the shot. It's a goal. See, my Lamb and Ram and striker and my middle cam, which is Alvarez, they're just around the penalty, ready to make the run inside the penalty area. It's just so dangerous. And see, you guys saw it's confusing for my opponents actually which one to cover and mark. Okay, this one, yeah, this was my own mistake. Okay, so you guys saw how bad I covered here, but that's okay. You don't blame anything. I try to keep playing and just definitely just bounce back immediately. Okay, my CDM aggressive, going with my cam, take the shot. It's a goal, easy, man. Just keep it calm, be conscious about everything, be aware throughout the whole match, and even if you can see, don't panic or anything, certainly go for it. See, again, keep my distance. Only wants to pass there, send back, easy cover to my 2 CDM there. I trying to see Alvarez where it was, covers everything. It's just a key player, man. Again, to my cam, I want to go for that one. Okay, it didn't work. Cover the F pretty well. CDM, Again, Alvarez, look at Alvarez. Sometimes there, sometimes here. Perfectly in terms of positioning. Okay, I'm gonna pass the wall. See how unmarked my cams are. So good. In the penalty area. Onto my striker. What I do here comes back to your skill, man. But if you lose the ball here, do not blame anything. You should perform and execute chances that you have perfectly well. My CDM, he covers it perfectly well. Another CDM next to him. Alvarez is here, pass the ball. Again, CDM behind him covers it to my last. See, they make him run perfectly. Okay, should have done better, but overall, the way they do it perfectly well. And my left cam and right cam, and combination of my striker being a poacher. Okay, get the ball. I keep it calm. See, I trigger manually. I pass the ball to him. I pass the ball, take the shot. Easy goal, man. Easy goal. The 3 cam was just very gives you a crazy advantage. You have 3 cam in one formation. Once again, I try to pass. I should have done better. You guys saw my CDM was behind the penalty area, ready to take the shot. And it's so key to have guaranteed, like you have played behind the penalty area. And even if you get counter attacks, they tend to get back in almost immediately. So once again, you can see the defense line. They make to run. See guys, from the middle, all from the middle. This is where the threat comes from, man. Again, another mistake. Let's move on to the second half. The second half starts. See the way my opponent's playing. Okay, cover the area well. So, see, I have a striker. I know I have a striker there. I have my right cam figure is moving from there. You can see Alvarez being in touch. And my 2 CDM. Pass it to my cam. I should have done better. Made the run. Timing was bad. It's okay. Okay. Easy. Playing against wrong leaders. No team is easy, man. Okay. Alvarez. Tend to go here. How about I should pass it to my CDM. Now again. Go for low driven. Okay, listen. Should have done better. But again, the fact that I'm still creating all the threats. After why you have to be clever. Even my CDM got it, man. My CDM. So good to have 2 CDM. And the playmaker does a pretty good job. So I pass again wisely. One-on-one. Take low driven. Okay, I'm taking the aiming really bad, man. Should do better. Honestly, could have like at least 3 more goals. Okay, once again, do that. 1-1 shot as an X goal. Once again, I have my ball with my cam. Again, you can see my CDM. When I told you my CDM makes a run, that's exactly what I meant. If you thought that was too much, put them on holding. They won't make these runs anymore. Okay. Ball once again. Cover that again. That's okay. Waiting for another chance. Okay, I have to watch for that. Okay. Do not rush, guys. Always anticipate what the ball is going to do next. Nice ball. My CDM, take a shot. Let's go with my CDM as deep line playmaker and build up. Game changer, man. So once again, game starts. You see my opponent getting, but at this point, just losing all hope. Cam is ready to get. See the makes it run perfectly. My striker being a poacher. Take a shot now. Now it's a goal. My lamb being inside the penalty area, almost like inside forward, even better than that. But yeah, told you guys, it's gonna be almost impossible for your opponents to mark all the 3 cam in striker. The fact that striker is a poacher, it's gonna be always inside the penalty area. Okay, pass, easy goal, man. Just easy goals. And I'm just by this point just wait for the opponent to leave, but he's just not leaving. Okay. This game, get the ball. This game. Then to go for a offside try because my left back is ahead again. See, good coverage. The one-on-one. Maybe another different now. It's 8-2. Okay, I don't know why it's not leaving. Okay, coverage. Okay, again, made a mistake. Okay. Could have hold the triangle to get the goalkeeper out of the goal, but I noticed he might have gone for a chip because Messi tend to go for a chip a lot, man. Now my CDM pass the ball to my Cam, being on playmaker roaming over the space. Now it's one. Okay. Didn't happen. Cover the area. Okay, wait, I have to be. I know he wants to pass the ball. Let's see. I can cover that. Comes from the wing. Should do better. My defender is there. Timing is a key. In defending, guys, timing is everything. Not even the stats. You have to have the right timing. Ball. Get pass. Straight shot. 9th goal. It's 9-2. Why is he leaving, man? What's wrong with him? Another chance. Let's see. My CDM is making the run. Valverde should have done it better. Now we're gonna cross this corner. Go for a header. That was a good header though. Okay. Coverage by my CDM. Let's see. Easy. If I get the ball. CDM was there. Yeah, I think it's a red card. No, it's yellow card. Okay. You see my Cam. Let's run. Easy. Show the space. That was actually a nice tackle from my opponent. Corner. It's a goal. Oh no. This ball. They're cool. Next goal. 10th goal. Oh, mistake. A mistake. Okay. My opponent didn't score, but let's go and mistake by myself. And that's the final whistle, guys. Won the game 10-2. Dominated the whole game. And this player, Barnes, yeah, 6 and 4 goals. Okay. That was good. You guys saw how I did it. I don't want to say just because I won the game like 8 goal difference in this game. I don't want to say every match is going to be like this. Okay, playing even different players, different opponents, different play styles and everything. It's going to differ. It's going to vary player to player, man. But overall, this is going to be the main performance of this formation. The I would say the ability and the possibility of creating chances and everything. This is all going to happen with this formation. You're just going to have to find the best way to analyze your opponent's gameplay, play style, and actually play accordingly. Maybe against some opponents they tend to be too defensive. You have to make those runs more wisely. Timing has to be way better. But now against some opponent, this has to be maybe in some play against some opponent you might have to increase the line height defensive approach. You want to go all the way to 70, maybe even 98. That depends, okay? But the basis of the formation, the 4-2-3-1 narration does a really good job. You have 3 cam and you have 2 CDM. Really good in terms of both attack and defense. It's going to be an overall package of a good custom and formation. And yeah, that was it, guys. Hope you guys could benefit from this formation in everything, these FUT Champs or rivals. If you have any question about this formation, you want some fine tuning, it just doesn't work, tell me what's wrong. What is actually the problem when you play this formation and you don't get results? Tell me whether it's too defensive, or you don't feel like the player's making the run. I'm gonna tell you what to do, what you need to do, and next, and what you need to change, to get the best out of this formation. I try to have a video every single day on my channel. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a new one. Until next time, I will catch you guys later.